I hope this works because I have been having issues with audio on my computer. So, oh, that would be lovely. I'm going to go through and mute all of you guys so there's no background noise. So I think that is the issue with my computer. I'm going to introduce myself really quick. I am Jenica. I'm your guys' Triple Diamond Upline with It Works. Been here for about 3.5 years. I like to think that I run a pretty successful social media business. Savannah is going to introduce herself in a second. She's going to be helping me. We are going to go over the basics, the differences between the customers, how to get your shopping spree, and how to become successful on social. Savannah, why don't you introduce yourself while I finish this up?
Hello, everyone. I am Savannah. I'm a double diamond with It Works, and I'm just going to be helping out today, go over some basic stuff like Jenica said, and I'm super excited to get started with you guys. I'm sure a lot of you are new, so bear with us.
Yes, this is not normally how we do stuff. We have just welcomed in a mass amount of people, and we are super, super excited to get you guys all going. With the amount of people coming in, it's hard to keep up with training. We are doing our best that we can, so we figured doing a live, which now is a Zoom, was the easiest way to get this done. So we are going to, like I said, explain a couple of these pinpointed things that we're seeing people have an issue with. If you guys have any questions, it doesn't matter what kind of questions they are, please drop them in the chat. We are going to go over that as well. I am still kind of losing my voice, so I'm going to be passing it back to Savannah. I'm going to lose my voice for the rest of the year. So Savannah's pretty much going to be my wingman for the rest of the year. We're going to go over the differences between customers. I am going to take this part over. Savannah's going to do the second part. We're going to bounce back and forth. We have 3 different types of customers, and It Works. If you joined last month, there might be a little bit of confusion. We're not going to talk about that, but we had a killer special last month. And so what happens is now we switched into a new month, all the new people, and then all the new people from last month are kind of confused. That's okay. So our 3 types of customers, we have 1, it's our loyal customer. Our loyal customer is somebody who orders 1 or more products a month for 3 consecutive months. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about this. They don't want to do that. They don't want to order for 3 months. They don't see why it's so important. Now, they get a discounted price. For example, our cleanse is $36 at a loyal customer price, but it is $60 at the retail price. Our products need to be used consecutively to show a significant difference. These are just like pharmaceuticals. Your body does not want to take in foreign stuff and accept it instantly. It has to be used the correct way, consistently, and for a repetitive amount of time for it to have a serious effect. Now, what happens is somebody's going to order and they're going to consistently use our fat fighters for 1 week. They're not going to see any results because their body is not trying to accept the fact of the fat fighter. They need to stay on it long enough to have it have results. My personal results, I lost 34 pounds. They did not happen in the first month. My majority of my weight loss happened in the last month, because my body was starting to get used to it and everything else. So when I explain the loyal customer program, this is kind of what I say. So I'm talking to Savannah. So it is our fat fighters. This is what it does, blah, blah, blah. Explain the product. You can get it at our loyal customer price for $25 instead of whatever the retail price is. You can have 1 or more products each month and swap them out. So you guys don't have to keep it on the fat fighters. They can switch next month to the cleanse, the next month to the wraps. They can keep it on the fat fighters. They can add to it. As long as it's 1 or more products for 3 consecutive months, then they're going to get that discounted price. Now, our retail program is where they buy the product 1 time and they have to pay retail. I do not suggest this ever. Because of what we kind of just talked about. It takes your body a while to get used to products. You guys know on every pharmaceutical you take, it says take as directed, and it takes time. You know, any kind of medicine that I've ever been on, they say the result, you know, what you're looking to achieve isn't going to happen in the first couple days. It's consecutively taking it. So with our products, it's the exact same thing. Yes, I have people order retail coffee. Yes, I have people order retail cleanse. I do have that happen. When I first started, I had people order retail. But the thing is that they weren't getting the results that I was posting about because they weren't doing it as long as the results I was posting about. So make sure that you are really pushing that loyal customer program. It is a killer deal. You know, honestly, this might get a little bit confusing, but if I were to order a pack of stuff, I'm trying to lose 40 pounds, and I wanted to cleanse the coffee and the fat fighters, you'd be silly to order at retail, because let's say that you're only really stuck on that fat fighters or that coffee. The next month you can just order that product. So I really like to be pushing that. Our third one is On Hand. This is where we sell stuff that we get on hand. Every single one of you guys got a starter kit. In your starter kit, you guys got a bag of wraps. I always say they're a box still. You get a bag of wraps. Those wraps are actually retailed at $30 a piece. So if you sold each individual wrap, you guys could be making $120 off of the wraps. Again, we do have results in 45 minutes with these wraps, but if you guys use a whole treatment of wraps, you will see better results. So yes, I do sell individual wraps on hand, but I do make sure to explain to them that one wrap isn't going to be ideal for, if you're trying to get, based on the body type, if you're trying to get X results. So I explained to them an entire box of wraps is obviously going to be better than one individual wrap. Now you guys can sell all your products on hand that you have at retail price. So you guys can sell that cleanse for $60. You guys can sell that keto coffee for $60. You can sell those wraps for $30 a piece. Take your shopping spree, sell those at retail. That's another way we make money. Super, super awesome. I know when I first started, I sold those products I had on hand, and they paid for my gas, they paid for my groceries, and they paid for miscellaneous stuff that I needed. Do you have anything else to add to that, Savannah?
Nope.
Okay. You're going to take over hundreds list and the importance of it.
Yeah. So when you are very first starting, if you are a brand new person, we are going to stress sorry guys, I'm like covered in dog hair today, my God. Okay, so we are going to stress getting your first 4 or 5 loyal customers in your first 30 days. Getting your very first customer in your first 72 hours and getting 5 total within 30 days, you get $150 shopping spree. If you just get 4 little customers total in your first 30 days, not the first one in the first 72 hours, just 4 total, whenever that may be, that gets you $100 shopping spree. So I've been having a lot of questions about that, what the difference is, because I keep saying 4 or 5 little customers. So that's just the difference between that for any newbies on here. So with getting those first few customers, it also makes you bonus qualified for life. So $100, we get fast start bonuses, unlimited weekly $100 bonuses. That it makes you qualified to get those. Also, our promotion bonuses that you probably see us talking a lot about, our $1,000 Ruby bonus, $5,000 Emerald bonus. It makes you qualified to get those. It would really suck to work this business and not be able to get those bonuses. So with getting your first few customers, it makes you qualified to get those bonuses. It gets you your shopping spree. It gets your ball rolling with your business. It is super, super crucial and really important. So with getting those first few customers, you might have heard us talk a lot about a thing called the hundreds list. When you're first getting started, we have this thing called a hundreds list, and it's where you physically write down any names of people that you think benefit from the products, be interested in the products, or be interested in supporting you. Write their names down on a list. Physically write them down. It is so, so important to see that list, have it written down. So that is the first step with the hundreds list, and that's what we call it. It's just a hundreds list, a list of names. Next, what you're going to do with that hundreds list is you're going to physically call the people on the hundreds list. So this is very, very important to physically call them. If you get them on the phone, you guys, they're not going to say no to you. First of all, that's a big thing. Also, this is kind of Jenica smiling at me because this is how she has her people do this, and what she really stresses is to physically call them. It's also going to prepare you guys. You guys don't know anything yet. You guys are still learning everything. And so when you get these people on the phone, you might not know everything, but that is totally okay. When you're on the phone with them, you're going to force yourself to learn. You're kind of going to train yourself. So say you're on the phone with your aunt and she's like, well, what do the fat fighters do? You're going to be like, I don't know, let me go look. And you're going to go look on your website and figure that out. You're going to train yourselves. It's a great way to get used to the products, get kind of used to talking to people. It's a great way to get started with that warm market of people that you know, before you get into social media where it's people that you don't know and it's a cold market. So this is a great way to just get the ball rolling on really feeling out these products and feeling out how this works to talk to a potential customer. Do you have anything else to add to that, Jenica, considering it's your way to call them?
Yes. Okay. So I'm super passionate about this. Me and Savannah talk about this all the time. This is the key to success in this business. I do not care who you are. When I joined, I knew my family and friends were not going to help me. they just recently started actually using the products 3.5 years in. The thing is, though, is that I knew I had to learn these products like the back of my hand to be successful. But I also knew my grandma wasn't going to call me an idiot because I didn't know what the Fat Fighters did. I also knew that my mom wasn't going to be like, come on, hurry up. How don't you know this? This is your job. Because I knew my mom would be patient with me. I know my grandma will be patient with me. I know my best friend might make fun of me, but she's going to be patient with me. And these people aren't going to be rude to you like some of the people on social media. Now, we are a social media-based team. I'm going to teach you how to run a successful social media outlet of income. But I can't do that until you have the grasp on what we do. So this is the easiest way. I know it kind of is scary and it's a little bit intimidating, but I'm telling you, you are going to learn 20 times faster this way than if you message your friends and say, hey, I just started a new business. Would you like to support it? I'm sorry, they're going to ignore you. They're going to think you got scammed. They're going to think that you got hacked. They're going to think anything above the sun. But if you call them, even if they can't afford it or they're not interested, you got your foot in the door and you're learning. So I am super passionate about getting on the phone. I utilize my phone for everything that's business when it comes to my potential distributors, my customers, and my distributors. You guys, I talk on the phone 24 hours a day because that's how I seal deals and that's how I've learned the fastest. So get that hundreds list out. There's something called a memory jogger in the back of your eSuite. Go to itworks.com, log in, hit documents, and find memory jogger. Write down as many people as you know. And I definitely do not want to hear that you don't know anybody, because you do. Once you see that memory jogger, you will see it. The minimum people I want you guys to call today, this is a task for you, is 10. I don't care if you don't get a customer. That's not the point of this. I'm not here to make you guys rich off of your family and friends. I'm here to make you money off of social media. But this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to try to push products onto your grandma and your mom and your aunt and your uncle and stuff like that. That's not my job. My job is to educate you. So this is how I'm going to do it. Super, super important, guys. Literally, this is key. I keep feeling like this isn't being recorded. I was going to ask if there's questions, but we will wait till the end. Next, we're going to go over a power hour. This is how I am successful with my business. When I did join this, like I said, my friends and family did not support this. Honestly, some of them still don't. Some of them still don't believe how much money I make. And a lot of my family just doesn't have faith in the products, even though they've seen me lose weight from it, and they've seen what the coffee does. They've seen my weight loss on the cleanse. They've seen the Fat Fighters. They've seen all of it, but they don't believe it. So I had to make this work. I was seeing people be super successful, and I knew if they could do it, why couldn't I? What would be the reason that Savannah could do this and I can't? She's only using social media, so I can do this too. So I pretty much put together something called a power hour. This transfers all the time. It's always changing because stuff is always changing. So when I first started, it was a little different than what we have it at right now. This power hour is exactly how I became a 6-figure income earner with It Works. I have not done much belly-to-belly growing, parties, expos, stuff like that. I'm just getting into those actually next month. So it's all been done on social media. I have proven over and over again, it does not matter who you are, and it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter if your town is 10 people or if it's 10,000. That social media is an outlet that is growing rapidly, and that there is money to be made. As long as you follow this to a T, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 10. I don't care if you're 100. I don't care if you're a girl. I don't care if you're a guy. It works. So this is how we run this. We are always adding on social media. I know that's kind of a scary thought at first because you're adding people you don't know. Now, when you're adding, don't be adding people that don't have stuff in common with you. Don't go adding all the guys from the bar. Don't be going and adding all the guys from like the truck rally groups and stuff like that. Add people that you have stuff in common with. I like little dogs. My Facebook is full of little dogs. I like food. So a lot of my stuff is about food. So I add people who are cooking. I'm really into learning about the keto diet. So I added a lot of people about keto. Savannah's in school. I'm sure she adds people who are in her age area who are in college. You know, add stuff that you guys have people in common with. You should always be growing that market. I always say this analogy every single time. If I was fishing and I had a pond of 500 fish, but Savannah had a pond of 5,000, who is going to catch more fish? Savannah, because she has more fish in her pond. So you want to make sure that your Facebook has tons and tons of people on there that have stuff in common with you. I suggest adding almost every single day. It doesn't need to be hundreds. You could literally add 25 people a day. Super simple. I do this every single morning. That's our step 1 in the power hour. Step 2, guys, I just do it so much I can't even remember. Do you want to cover stories?
Yeah, so the very crucial part to me for a power hour is posting and doing stories. And posting we'll get into after this. But with stories, so what I do is I personally do my power hours right away when I wake up in the morning, and then I do one before I go to bed. That's just how I run my power hours. I have a crazy schedule, so that's how I do it. So with stories, I'll pick like 7 pictures for my stories about whether it's distributors or a product, a certain product or whatever it may be. And I'll post them back to back to back to back. So I'll do that in the morning so people are looking at them like all throughout their day, whenever they're at work scrolling through their phone or whatever it may be. And then I'll do that again with my power hour at night. I'll just post 7 pictures back to back to back on my story. Kind of how I do it, you guys. Like I did one this morning with my keto coffee and chocolate greens because I'm trying to target that and I love it, obviously. So I find a bunch of pictures off Pinterest, like attractive pictures that really draw people in. That's also a crucial thing about posting and just with stories in general, which is another thing we can get into when we go to posting. I'll find a lot of attractive pictures of keto coffee, like pretty coffee pictures, whatever it may be, off Pinterest, and I'll post that up. And then I'll post like a results picture from the keto coffee and chocolate greens, and then I'll post a poll asking like, who wants to try our skinny mocha? And I'll put like me or I want more info. That's usually how I do my story. So pretty picture, results, poll. That's usually how I do it when I'm talking about a product. And then it's a little different when we're talking about distributors, but it kind of follows that similar layout. Jenna, you have something to show?
Yes. So stories is on your guys' Facebook. It automatically runs through. So this is running by itself right now. I'm not touching it, I'm not doing anything. And it is flipping through pictures. There are people promoting on our team right now and who have already promoted. You guys just see how they're nice pictures and it looks almost like my commercial. This is kind of my commercial of my business where I blast all of our stuff. Instead of constantly posting, back to back to back to back to back on your Facebook wall, this is where we do it.
Yep.
Here's a poll, and it's like, who would like to make an extra $500 for Christmas? You can ask silly questions. Is it too early to have your Christmas tree up? It's just simple. You guys don't, you guys can look at Savannah's page, go to Savannah Pope, and then I want you guys to click on the circle on her picture. So if you guys all write this down so you guys can see if you're confused, go to Savannah's page. It's going to look like this. And I want you guys just to click her picture right here. And there you go. It's just going to be like kind of like Savannah's like own magazine. It's like just going through all of Savannah's cool stuff. So I have that on mine and on Savannah's. But yeah, so then they can have a better idea. You guys can go see both of ours today.
That's perfect. I get a lot of new people that are like, well, I don't want to spam my friends and family with a bunch of posts. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be doing that, and we'll get into that later too. But if you want to be spammy without being spammy, we do it on our stories because that's where it's acceptable to post back to back, and people like it because it's like our own personal magazine, like Jenica said. So that's how I do my stories. You guys can go check out my page and Jenica's and look how we do that. I post like 7 or 8 back to back to back in the morning and then 7 or 8 back to back to back at night. And I do that every single day. Yep. Do you want me to go into posting?
Yes.
Okay. So I mentioned kind of like posting and stuff like that. So we have this thing called the 3x3 rule. This is like one of the backbones of our business, one of the many backbones, but it is super important. So what it is a set of 3 different posts, what we use as a guideline to make sure that we aren't spammy people. So it's promoting our products, promoting our business, and then promoting our life. So people still understand that we're still a real person and it's still getting our products out there and showing what we do with the company. So the 3x3 rule. It starts with a product post. So anything relating to any of our products to get people interested in the products, whether it be cleanse, coffee, fat fighters, wraps, whatever it may be. And then the next one is a distributor post. So showing what we're doing with the company, showing what the company is doing for other people, people who promoted. Do you want to make an extra $500 a month? Anything that's going to draw people into wanting to be a distributor, or just showing them what you're doing with the company. What are you up to with It Works? What is it? So just anything relating to the company in general and what you're doing here to make some extra money, basically. And then the next thing is, so we want you guys to be posting about It Works, but we want people to still understand that we're still a real person. We're still ourselves. We didn't get spammed or blocked or whatever it may be on Facebook. This is still us. So we need to remind people that we still have a life and we are still real people. So this is a post about anything not relating to It Works. So for me, you'll see a lot of my homework. You'll see a lot of my dogs. You'll see a lot of my food, my boyfriend. That's just my life. I like to share. You have to share your life with your audience to get them still drawn into your page and still remind them about who you are. Who you are is a big, big tool in this business. Sorry, I'm seeing people's questions and I'm getting distracted. So that is just, that lays out our 3x3 rule. So product post, distributor post, lifestyle post. And we really stress to post at least 6 times a day following that 3x3 rule throughout your day. Yes. So it's really important not to post back to back to back posts. No, Emily, you're fine. Sorry. So what we do, what I do really is I post when I wake up in the morning, usually mid-morning, afternoon, mid-afternoon, evening, nighttime. And so that's just kind of like a layout of how we do that. So we're not flooding people with all of our posts, and it also helps with algorithm and stuff like that on Facebook. So 3x3 rule, posting at least 6 times a day. Yeah, that pretty much covers.
Guys, what happens is we join this business and we're so excited to take off, and we're like, I'm going to make a lot of money with this. And I know these products work because I've been watching Savannah post about them for like a year, and I'm seeing that they work. I've watched her transform. I'm going to do this. And we don't realize that this is a learned skill. This is not something that we started yesterday and we popped into making $10,000+ a month. This is not something where we had known what to do when we started. We all started at the same spot. So what happens is we've kind of learned and mastered Facebook as we went. Now, that's okay that some of you guys are doing some silly stuff I'm about to go over, because we did the exact same thing. But I'm telling you, posting pictures, I'm going to do a thread when we get off of here that says do's and don'ts. Stay to product posts that are real results. Take posts off mine and Savannah's page. Do not be taking posts off of people who are not on this team. I'm seeing people posting wrong pictures. We want to make sure we're representing with integrity and that we're representing our company, not somebody else's. We want to make sure that we are posting the correct pictures. We do have corporate approved pictures on the corporate approved page, you know, that kind of stuff. Posting that 3-3 rule is crucial. What happens is this is one question I was asked. Why would somebody join with me? Okay, Emily, why would somebody join with you over me? I need you guys to ask yourself that question while you're building your business, because I think if somebody would ask me that when I started, I think I'd be a lot further than I am right now. Because I need you to remember what attracted you to joining with me or Savannah or Michelle. I need you to remember why you joined with us. What was attractive about us that you joined? Was it that Savannah was holding it together, working and going to school and making a fortune off of social media? Or was it because Savannah posted a status that said, watch me or join me? I can tell you I wouldn't join Savannah if she posted a status that said, watch me or join me. But I would join Savannah because she's sitting there and she's showing me that she's capable of going to school. She's capable of working. She's about to be pulling a 6-figure income from her cell phone. She is inspirational. She has it going. Like, those are things you want to show people. So when you're following this 3x3 rule, I want these pictures to be attractive. I want them to be up to date. I don't want a blurry picture from 1980 where the pixels are all put together. I want these pictures like high quality. That's what attracts people. I want you guys to make sure that you're still posting about yourselves, your kids, your family, your dogs, your real life. Because I'm telling you one thing, I am not joining with somebody who plasters It Works all over their Facebook. I'm going to join with somebody who is a real person just like I am and who wants to make a successful business on social media, not somebody who's just popping up pictures left and right of the keto coffee. So you really want to ask yourself, why would they join me over Jenica? Why would they join me over Savannah? Me and Savannah are your number one person to look to ask yourself those questions. We've proven we are top enrollers. This week alone, we've enrolled over 35 people between both of us. So you guys want to friendly compete against me and Savannah. We're your number one target.
And just going off that, I don't want the newbies on here to look at us and be like, okay, I need to become Savannah right now. No, that's not what we're trying to say. You need to be your authentic self. That is super important. You need to be yourself. But a big thing that I don't remember what I heard it on, but when I first started, someone said, market how you would want to be marketed to. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a big thing. You want your page to be attractive. You want it to be eye-grabbing. You want it to be, I don't want to say aesthetic or whatever the word might be, but you want it to be pretty. You want it to grab people's attention. You want it to be, you want it to be attractive. And that's something that I can't stress enough without sounding dumb, but that's just something really important. I think, especially now that network marketing is becoming such a big thing, make your page attractive, make it people want to look at it, make it things that people want to see. And look at me and Jenica's page. We have learned this skill. We have really, I don't want to say we've mastered Facebook, but we know what we're doing for the most part. So
pretty successful.
We practice what we preach. So yeah, I think that covers it.
Yes, you guys, this is a skill that's learned. This is not a skill that you guys are just born with. This is not something that we just popped into overnight and said, we are going to be social media influencers. We are going to attract the top of the world. We know we're good. That's why we got you. we know what we're doing because we have one of the best teams out here. Make sure you're following our lead because you guys will duplicate the exact same thing. There's one thing I like to pride myself on, and it's my team is fantastic. And I know I grew it all off of Facebook. So I have done this for 3.5 years. I have one of the best looking teams. I have one of the funniest teams. I have one of the most go-getting teams that's out here. And it's all done by doing this. So make sure you guys are really, really hitting that hard and watching how we do stuff. Don't be posting back to back to back to back to back. Make sure, like she said, you're marketing how you would like to be marketed to. That is the most crucial part about this business is not this is a terrible word, but don't annoy people. Just like honestly, like you don't want to spam them. We interact a lot in our power hours. So interaction is crucial because this is how we're talking to people and getting them onto our pages. When I walk into a store and if all these grumpy people are sitting there, or if I'm trying to pick a person out of the crowd and they're all sitting there and they're like, my baby daddy sucks. My house is always dirty. My mom is making me mad. School sucks. Life sucks. But then there's a really positive person who's like, life is great. This is awesome. And they're interacting with me. Way to go. I'm going to be attracted more to that positive person that's interacting with me. So you want to be interacting on Facebook every single day with the people on your friends list. This is just you being friendly with them and building that relationship with them. I go in and I comment on their statuses. I like their pictures. Cute dog. Again, like I said, since I have stuff in common with them, it's easy for me to interact. I love little dogs. So all my Facebook is little dogs. So all day long, I'm happy as can be because all I see is little dogs. And so I'm interacting with them. I see people who have stuff in common with me and I'm interacting constantly, but they have stuff in common with me too. That's how I purposely found them. And they're like, wow, that girl is just like I am. She has so much in common with me. And look at how successful she is on social media. So you want to be interacting every single day. As you get started, you guys might be saying to yourself, why am I only getting 1 or 2 likes on these statuses and nobody's commenting on them? But then I see Savannah and Jenica posting on statuses and they're getting 50 to 80 likes and 20 comments. It's just a consistency thing. As we're building and hi Mandy, I just seen you call me. As we're building and building and building, what happens is that it's kind of a snowball effect. And we're constantly growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're getting more and more. And so more people are coming to us. We're getting more distributors. We're getting more customers. Our interaction is up. People that we didn't think that knew what we were doing are cheering us on from the back. when we go to promote, you'd be surprised. We have people who are fangirling over us. They're like, dude, we've been cheering you on since day one. Like, I didn't even know you. But that's because they are watching us. So interaction is key. This is how you guys are going to be building that social media business and building those relationships. People aren't going to order from you because you posted a Fat Fighters result and you're not going to get 40 customers. They're going to order from you because they trust you. That's key, is getting them to trust you, being honest, authentic, like I said, posting our products, not other people's. So that is super, super important. Do you have anything to add about the interacting?
Yeah, and with that interaction, like you're saying, with kind of like I don't want to say fangirls, but I mean, I don't know how else to word that. Everything in this Power Hour, I don't know if you guys have caught on to this yet, but it all plays into itself. So with the interaction, it comes with people liking our posts that are authentically us and are attractive and pretty and stuff like that. And it plays into our stories and getting people's attention with the stories. And then it comes into the adding new friends and building those relationships because of interaction. And they like our posts because they're authentic. And everything weaves together. So there is a reason behind everything that we do in this Power Hour. And I really want you guys to see that we're not just telling you to do things. There are reasons behind all of them. They all interact with each other to make you successful. So
yes.
Just to point that out, if you guys hadn't seen that already.
I'll go over it again because you guys are probably like, wait, what was the Power Hour? The last part of this is messaging. Really hear me out. If you had been with It Works prior to being on my team or Mandy's team, and this is how I do stuff. I'm just going to keep it real. If you guys were told to cold message on other people's teams, I don't personally cold message because I believe in the Power Hour, and I believe that I've been the top of the company for a reason. I do not believe in cold messaging and spamming people. There is some people who had already been with It Works that came back to me because they like how I do stuff, but I do message, obviously, because that's how we get our stuff. So the last part of our Power Hour is messaging. I message all likes and comments, and that is it. I do not cold message unless it's for host to post, and that is not cold messaging. So what I do is I message every single like. Now, here's why I message my likes. There's actually distributors who just joined who did not comment on my status that I just messaged last night, who I enrolled. They don't realize that what I'm offering applies to them. Mandy's in Michigan. I'm in Minnesota. Mandy likes my hair, skin, and nail status. She doesn't think it applies to her because she thinks this is old school and that all the products are in my garage. Well, she doesn't realize is that we ship all our products to our customers from a warehouse. I don't touch the product. It does not come in my hands. It goes straight to you. So I message Mandy and say, hey, Mandy, thanks for the love on my status about the hair, skin, and nails. Did you still want some more information, or were you just showing some support? She's going to respond back to me and say, I didn't know that it was even applied to me. Of course I would love more information. I'm trying to grow my hair out for a wedding. I'm going to come in and say, awesome. So this is what it does, and I'm going to give a little rundown. So I message all likes and comments. So again, this is our Power Hour. We do 12 minutes on stories, 10 minutes on adding people, 15 minutes on interacting, 7 minutes posting, 15 minutes on messaging. That is my Power Hour. You guys can critique it how you like into the minute-wise. The reason why mine are like that is because that's how much time now I need to focus. If you just started, you might want to interact a little bit more and take a little time off of messaging because your stuff hasn't hit my stuff yet. But those are the basics. Post on stories, add, interact, post on your Facebook wall, and message. Remember, we are not here to post 40 times on Facebook in one day. Follow a 3-3 rule and put some passion behind it and be authentic behind it. Don't just post up a Fat Fighters post because you're trying to get a sale. Be yourself. Make those phone calls. Get that hundreds list out and get that shopping spree. Even if your friends or family aren't going to order from you, first off, you can't tell me what they're going to do. You don't know. But if you think that they're not going to order from you, I still want you to do that because it's going to set you up to be successful for the Power Hour. We're going to give you guys 2 tasks, and then I'm going to go over the questions, but I am actually going to turn the recording off after we do these tasks. Task 1 is post a status why you joined. We all started at a different level for different reasons, and we're all at different levels. That's okay. I joined to make an extra $300 a month from my phone because I just needed something more to pay for my bills, to get off of food stamps, for anything like that. Like, I knew there was something more. I did not realize something more was $10,000 more a month. That is definitely not what I thought, but we all started for something. Your why is just as important as mine, and you can get exactly where I am. Is just taking those steps. So every single person joins this business for one reason, and I want to know why. I want you posted on Facebook. If it's because you guys want to be real and raw, because people are going to be watching your story. If you're sick of struggling week by week because there's not enough hours in the day to pay all the bills because you need to spend time with your family and your work, that's okay. If it's because you're a stay-at-home mom and you just want to relieve some stress off of your husband, that's okay. If it's because you just lost your job and you're trying to supplement that income, that's okay. People are going to watch you become successful in this business, and there are people just like you. I posted a status yesterday about how there just wasn't enough money, and how I joined to make this much money, and now I'm making $10,000 a month. And what happens is I was getting messages yesterday. I have a girl named Sue who's joining today who's like, I can relate with you so much. And she's like, I want to get started. I don't really post whys very often. I really, really should, because every time I do get a significant amount of people drawn in. So you're going to post your why. And then everybody's going to work on their 3-3 rule. 3 product posts, 3 lifestyle posts. While you're doing those 3 posts, you guys should be on the phone anyways. So you shouldn't be on your Facebook posting. So you guys are going to do that hundreds list. The 3-3 rule, 3 lifestyles, 3 it works posts, and then the post a status on why you joined and what this business is going to do for you. Keep it realistic, keep it personal, keep it authentic. Post a picture of whatever the reason is why you joined, and we'll kind of go from there. You guys will start to see people seeing, okay, she's really trying to do something. She's not just trying to make $5 off of me and 10 off of them and 20 off of them. She's literally trying to better her life because of this. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, I'm going to shut off this recording and then we'll go over questions. Give me 1 second.